Welcome back to Masters Crafts. It's another after work DIY day, so, sorry it looks so horrible. Today, gotta tear up these old carpet tiles. They should come up pretty easy. And then, I'm hoping I'll be able to get a piece of sheet vinyl in here, although it's gonna be interesting. So, here we go. Alright, well, carpet tiles are up. A little bit of the glue from them left on the floor, but that's not going to be a big deal. It does look kind of terrible in here, but, this room has never been a finished room. It's been filled with coal for most of the life of this house. So, but it is flat. It is pretty flat. It's relatively smooth enough to put some flooring down over. A couple spots where some clumps got taken out for something. That was probably from the auger that used to go through this wall. But I'm not worried about that. It's not going to cause too big a problem. Before we get lay the vinyl in here, do have to make sure that the floor is really clean. So I gotta go around with my scraper. There's a couple little spots I gotta knock down and then just vacuum it with a shop vac and make sure to get everything up that I can. And we can pull some vinyl in here, and I'm hoping I'll be able to unroll it. That'll be interesting. So here we go. Can you move the camera back over there? Alright, well, there's the floor. Now I just gotta make sure not to track anything else in here until I get the vinyl down. It should hopefully be good. Alright, so here's the sheet of vinyl flooring. But there's a slight problem. This room is 10 and some change by 11 and some change. This is 12 feet square, and I was dumb enough to have them put it on a cardboard tube. So, unrolling it in here is going to be very interesting, and I really don't have another place I can unroll it. So, this is going to be lots of fun. here's the flooring. This is going to get glued down, mainly because it's going directly on concrete. It is supposed to be completely waterproof. My concern is seasonal temperature changes. They'll transfer through the concrete more easily, and that can make the vinyl shrink and expand and contract. So I don't want it pulling away from the wall later. So they say if you're going directly in concrete with this stuff, you really should glue it down. Well, the first step is going to be to cut it to size. Gluing shouldn't be too big of a deal. After I get it cut to size, all I'm going to have to do is I'll just set some stuff on one side, keep it from shifting on me, and then I'll just take one side of the room, pull it back, spread the glue, lay that down, roll it out, and then do the same thing on the other half. But yeah, this actually laid down surprisingly flat. I figured it would have some bows in it because it's been on the roll for a few weeks. But yeah, came out pretty good. So yeah, now I just gotta trim it to size and hopefully not cut too much off, because that's a little harder to fix. All right, well, there's the flooring. Obviously, it's not glued down yet. You can probably tell I have trimmed it a bit long. That was deliberate. I did that for two reasons. One, I want to give the flooring a chance to acclimate to this room and being on the concrete. I don't know if it's going to expand or shrink. I'm taking precautions. The other reason is because this is the first time I've ever tried to lay sheet vinyl. I am far cry from a professional, and there's no way in hell I'm going to try to get it exact the first time. It's a lot easier to cut a little bit more off than to uncut it. So, well, I will see you again when I'm ready to glue. Back in the soon-to-be computer room, hopefully. Today I've got to get this floor glued down. So, I've got my glue, my notch trowel for spreading the glue. I have this piece. This is actually made for painting. What you're supposed to do with it, you're trying to get a nice clean paint line. You put it up against the edge, and you use that instead of tape. Do not use it for that. It doesn't work. Just learn how to cut it properly. Or if you're trying to make like a line across a flat surface, like in the middle of the wall, these don't work. Because what happens is there's going to be an uneven spot. You get paint behind it. When you move it to the next spot, you put paint where you don't want it. And it just... However, they do work good for guiding a knife. When you're trying to cut across, trying to trim this flooring down, it's easy for the knife to want to wander in the wrong direction. So I put this down and cut along it, and that way the knife can't wander out into the floor and ruin the flooring. So I got that. Got my knife, obviously. I got the roller, and I got 10 gallons of water. You might be wondering why I need 10 gallons of water for gluing down flooring. You don't. It's ballast. I'm just using the weight to keep the flooring from shifting on me when I pull it back to start putting the glue down. So, yeah. First step, I gotta finish trimming it back. I left some extra all the way around. Let it acclimate in case it decided to shrink or something on me. And I was waiting to get this tool so I could make sure not to mess up too bad cutting it. So, let's get to it. So, got that all trimmed back far enough. I just gotta clean up a little bit of the mess. And we're gonna roll some of it back, lay a bunch of glue down. I gotta make sure a couple spots are clean. Bug under it. Yeah, so it's gonna clean up a little, pull it back. So I got a spot to put the glue. We're just gonna double check and make sure that no dirt got under the edges there. And then it's gonna be slapping glue down, hitting it with the roller, and then switch sides and do it again, and I should have a floor at that point. So, here we go. bits of advice. Before you step back onto the molding, or onto the flooring, sorry, check yourself. I got a tad bit on my hand, so I got to pay attention to that. Don't want to grab anything I don't want the glue on. Look at the bottom of your shoes. Make sure you didn't accidentally step in a bit that dripped. And, just basically make sure you're not going to accidentally get glue somewhere you don't want it. Now, it probably looks like I'm backing myself into a corner. Actually not, because I'm going to have to go that way to lay this down. But I have changed tactics a little bit. It looks like I might end up being a little short on glue. So, since the purpose of the glue is to prevent the floor from being able to retract and pull away from the wall, or expand and leave, waves all the way across the floor, it's more important that I get the glue around the edges of the room than it is in the middle of the room. So I made sure that I could get all the way around the perimeter first, and now I've only got this one little spot left to fill in, which really, I wish I'd have figured it out earlier, because there's a couch that's going to go here, and if I was going to have a spot without glue, that'd be the best spot, because if it did buckle, it'd be under a piece of furniture, and nobody would ever know. But I might be able to squeeze out enough to get the whole floor glued. couple notes to make. The flooring I bought at Lowe's. I prefer Home Depot to Lowe's. Not sponsored or anything, it's just I like Home Depot far better. But Lowe's had a flooring that I liked, Home Depot didn't. The reason I prefer Home Depot is they tend to have a better selection of stuff, usually. And they give you better information on more of their products. The glue I bought at Home Depot, because I couldn't find good information on the glue that Lowe's stocks. I wanted a type of flooring glue that would remain tacky. This stuff does. The reason that's important is that after this glue has cured as much as it's going to, it still has some stickiness to it. If I come in here later and I discover, oh no, I didn't get this spot rolled down enough, all I gotta do, step on it. If there's glue under there, it'll stick. It's pressure sensitive glue that will stay tacky for its lifetime. Yeah. It also means if for any reason I gotta pull up a little spot or something, I can pull it up and do what I need to do, press it back down, and it'll stick. So, yeah. Now I'm going to get everything off of this floor, block the room off. I want to give it a couple of days to just fully, cure as much as it will. I'm not going to worry about, some of it still kind of curled up on the edges. I don't really care, because there's going to be a piece of trim going across here. There's going to be a threshold going across the doorway there, which will hold it down. And there's going to be base molding going the rest of the way around the room that'll hold it down. So, yeah, give it a few days for the glue to do what it wants to do, and then it'll be okay to start bringing traffic in here and finish getting the room set up. So, see you in the next part. One tiny issue with my baseboard molding, well, with the walls, I should say. I don't know what they did when they put the walls in. I think they put some kind of glue under the bottom piece of the framing, and a lot of it squeezed out, and that glue is as hard as the concrete now. So when I put this molding in, what I'm going to do is I cut a couple little spacer blocks that I'm going to set the molding on top of, so it clears that glue. And then I also have some shoe molding that's going to go on after this. So I'll have the baseboard, but elevated a little bit above that glue, and then that'll bring it out past it, and then I'll have the shoe molding attached to the baseboard, which can drop down to the floor. Not exactly sure how it's going to turn out, but hopefully it looks okay. This is going to be just a kid's computer room. They're probably going to wreck it anyway, so I'm going to do what I can and not worry about it. now for the shoe molding, a couple things different. I didn't go with wood, I went with PVC instead. Okay, I should be honest. I asked my wife to pick up the wood. She got me the PVC instead. However, that turns out to be the better choice because PVC is more flexible. This is to bring the trim down to the floor, make it match as well as I can. And this floor isn't perfect. So because the PVC is more flexible, more forgiving, I should be able to get it to contour to the floor a little bit better. The other thing is I'm going to have to nail it kind of high up on the molding. The PVC should be less apt to split on me. So, yeah, she made the right choice. I didn't. Okay, so that will be enough to be able to get the desk in here. So now I have to shift gears and get working on the desk. So I will see you at the next part.